First, I want to discuss an issue with you. I want to ask that you maybe by now you all know that we will be back to our in-person. We will actually be back to our blended teaching from this coming Monday, which means from June 7. Okay. Now, please tell me. I know that from June 7, half of you will be with me in the class, and half of you will be studying online. Can you all tell me that is it okay if I do not do the recordings? Like I will go to the class for in-person students, and then I will have a Zoom session to have online students with me. So by the way, who are coming online? Who do you know? I saw that in the email, but I have forgotten. Odd numbers or even numbers? Let me see
Ma'am,
again.
even
Numbers
RM physical.
are on campus and odd numbers are online.
Or odd numbers are online. Okay, so how many even numbers I have right now today? I mean, in today's Zoom session. Sorry,
Me,
odd आ
ma'am.
रहे हैं, odd आ रहे हैं next class में, है ना?
नहीं मैम इवन आ रही है मंडे से.
I'm sorry, even आ रहे हैं. So Taha is even, and who else? Uzair is even.
Hasnan.
और कौन है? बस
मैम आई
अयान है, निमरा है. निमरा तो हॉस्टल में है. निमरा will be with us throughout the time. Who else?
Hasnan Jaffer.
मैं भी हॉस्टल आई.
हसनैन भी आ रहे हैं. और कौन अभी किसने बात की है?
मैं भी हॉस्टल में हूँगी.
आप भी हॉस्टल में हैं. So you will be with me throughout. Who else?
Yes,
अच्छा, ठीक है. So what I'm asking you is that is it okay if I do not do the recording? या आप चाहते हैं कि मैं रिकॉर्डिंग करूं? मुझे बता दें. मतलब I understand your class is 400 level. For my MCOM 310 course, I have told them that I will not be doing recording anymore, because they have shown pretty laid back. Many of them have shown pretty laid back attitude. If I have a class of 35 or 40 students, in every class I see 10 or 15 students maximum, which means the rest of them know that, well, there will be a recording coming our way, no problem if we miss the class. I think taking classes is very, very important. Even if, well, recording is for unusual circumstances. Recording is for extreme cases. Recording is actually a courtesy from your professor. Recording is for extreme cases, if you have, like, if there is any issue, so at least there is this option for you. But when I go to a blended teaching, recording will be actually too much work. It is difficult in the sense that I mean, I have in blended teaching, I have to make sure I am keeping both students on the same page. I am taking concerns and questions from in-person students at the same time from online students. So you see, it's a bit much. And then I do, if I do the recording as well, well, I can make it work. I can do the recording using my another cell phone, and I can ask a student to help me on that. Maybe anyone from hostel student. But still, I wanted to ask, especially since your course is a 400 level course, and I totally understand that I mean, this course has concepts that are related to discussion, that are related to especially the way we talk about things in the class. So I respect your choice. If you want me to do the recording, I can go for that. Please say it out loud, please. I'll make it work. Like I said, although it seems difficult, I will make it work, and you will have my word. Okay, students are saying yes. Ushna just
yes
said
मैम रिकॉर्डिंग आर बेटर.
recording is better. Okay, then I'll do the
Yes,
recording.
Yes, ma'am.
I will do the recording using my cell phone to make sure that you actually get the whole thing. Do you actually get the crux that we discuss in the class? Acha, I just sent a message.
Also, I think
Ji, ji.
recording just help us to revise. If we want to do a revision of the lecture, we can revise using the recording.
ठीक है. Well, I have had very good experience with many of you. Students were serious. Students were not very laid back. And the students from your class were also taking part in discussion. Although I many times I would have low attendance. Overall, I had good experience with your class. However, with MCOM 310, uh, they have shown really laid back attitude. Well, I worked very hard for all my classes, and I barely skipped any class, from my experience. And I was uploading my recordings, notes and everything on a regular basis. I was also very active on giving response to students. I worked very hard. I know online teaching was difficult. It was difficult for students, it was difficult for teachers as well. I did what I could. I did my best within the given circumstances. All right. If you see in the chat box, I have written the name of a book. The first one, it's An Introduction to Theories of Popular Culture by Dominic Strinati. Now, this is the book that I have used to prepare my lecture related to the discussion of postmodernism and popular culture. And I will upload notes today. This is actually the last chapter of the book you need to focus on. It's chapter number 6, and its title, I just I just wrote the title of the chapter in the chat box. It is Postmodernism, Contemporary Popular Culture and Recent Theoretical Developments. So you see, this is actually, and although I will upload the book today, not the book chapter. However, I just wanted to share the reference with you. If you want to, you can also find the book on Z Library, which is a free source. All right, let me turn on my screen and we will begin. All right, you all can see my screen now, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's begin. Are you all clear about what postmodernism is, what popular culture is? Taha, postmodernism क्या है बेटे? जी बच्चे, Taha Hamiz. Is he here with us? Taha, can you hear me? Taha Hamid, I was asking you to quickly revise what is postmodernism and what actually we are doing in this class. Well, maybe Taha is away right now. He's a very good student. Yeah, Fatima, I'll ask you. Yeah, okay, Fatima, आप बता दें, Nimra, आप भी बता दें. अच्छा, first of all, tell me what is postmodernism, and then tell me what we are learning in the context of culture here. जी Fatima. जी Fatima बच्चे.
Postmodernism was a movement basically which developed in the mid or late 20th century, and it described basically a historical era when which followed after the modernity and the tendency of that era of the modernity.
Shabash. And Fatma, what we are doing here, in our discussion of postmodernism and popular culture?
Ma'am, basically we are actually studying how after popular culture developed, and basically what is popular culture and what how postmodernism is
can be seen, can be identified.
Can be identified, and how it's different from reality and mirroring and reality.
Shabash.
And
We are good job. We are learning. I told you that postmodernism is considered to be an abstract idea. However, in today's lecture, we are learning that how we can identify postmodernism happening in media content. Okay, this is a if you look at my slide here. After we discuss what is postmodernism, what is popular culture, we started postmodernism identification. How we can see, well, this is postmodernism happening in media. ठीक है? This is what we are doing in this class. Nimra, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. In last class, we also talked about the criticism of postmodernism, how the signs and images, they are dominating the narrative. And you said that style and surface, they are dominating substance. And you gave the example of talk shows, how some talk shows such as the Haspihal and that is Khabarnak. So how these jokes in those shows, they are compromising seriousness and they are dominating the then you gave the example of billboards as well, how the pictures on billboard, they are dominating the original message, the original value.
Shabash, shabash, very good. Now, see, here is this thing that this is not to say that in these programs there is only joke, playfulness and jokes only. My emphasis is on the word only. This is not to say that programs are only presenting playfulness and jokes. What I'm saying is that the idea of playfulness and jokes kind of dominates and overcomes the substance. The focus, and I gave you my example as well. Even I myself, I tune into Haspe Hal to see, as an entertainment, to amuse myself, how they are making fun of these issues that are apparently serious. And sometimes I was talking to a famous scholar once in Dallas. His name is Masood Ashraf Raja. Those of you who are who are interested in post-colonialism and all that, they may have heard his name. And I was talking about, my husband and I were talking about this idea that what is our country actually? It's like we talk about things that apparently seem tragic, and then we also laugh about them. That, see, this is what Pakistanis do. Like, although things are tragic, we also have a laugh on them. And he said, yes, a very good way to explain this country maybe is that Pakistan is a comic tragedy. And I especially liked it, the way he described the situation in the country. So the programs that we are discussing, they also kind of present an example of comic tragedy. Yes, they discuss tragedies, they discuss facts, and in their discussions, however, they present them in a light and humorous way. What is happening here? This all is happening at the expense of seriousness, at the expense of integrity, at the expense of intellectual depth. That is I mean, I do not want to say that this is missing. This is not missing. If you pay attention to the discussion of Aftab Iqbal, he literally provides intellectual depth. He does. He talk about many good ideas. He tells us history. He tells us geography. He tells us what happens in different parts of the world and how is Pakistan different from those countries. There is intellectual depth. However, what we are saying is that style is overtaking substance. This is the idea that we are saying. This is a clarification that I wanted to do. All right. Now, the notes, especially, I just told you the notes, chapter 6 of the book. The notes have details. I mean, the notes are pretty lengthy, very exhaustive, and I will upload the whole chapter. However, you can only focus on the components here. How can we study after you study how style overcomes substance, you will also find material how art is being affected, the field of art, by postmodernism, how meta narratives are being affected, how postmodernism creates confusion in time and space. You may note this down. How architecture, the field of architecture, is being affected by postmodernist thoughts. Architecture is also being affected, and they have given examples like examples too. However, for your learning, I suggest that you focus on cinema, the bullets that I have written here. Cinema, how cinema is being affected, how television is being affected, how advertising is being affected, and how pop music is being affected. If you focus on only here, listen to me carefully and pay attention to this. that if you only talk about these four elements, that how we can actually identify postmodernist claims in all of these, this is sufficient. Like, if you have interest, you can definitely take a look at how art and popular culture are being affected, meta narratives and architecture is being affected. However, I would like you to focus on cinema, television, advertising, and pop music. Okay, and I will relate it with Pakistan's example as well. And then there is discussion on how postmodernism affects identity, and other some concepts. You can read them if you like, but that is additional information at this stage. At this stage, I think developing an understanding of all of this content that you have in slides is sufficient. To repeat, I think it bears repeating that for the preparation of exam, do not confine yourself to my PowerPoint slides only. Slides are only highlights. You should read the notes as well, and you should consider the lecture as well. And I assume that you all take your notes while you are attending the lecture. Taha was, Fatma, you raised your hand, bete?
Sorry, ma'am, actually forgot to drop it.
Okay, that's okay. All right, cinema. Let's begin with the discussion of cinema. This is last slide, okay? Let's begin from the discussion of cinema. Cinema, by the way, has the same sort of criticism that we were talking about, style, surface, and substance. So cinema is postmodernism. While how can we look for the signs of postmodernism? Again, if we pay attention to the style that we see in movies, spectacle. Spectacle is like glamour. And then special effects and images. All of this is postmodern. And I think, especially Hollywood movies that we see nowadays, none of them is coming without special effects. So these are signs of postmodernism. That you see, surface style is overtaking quality, and this is happening Pakistani cinema as well. The notes, when you will see, you will find many examples of Hollywood movies, even examples of movies by Steven Spielberg. How many of you are, by the way, familiar with Steven Spielberg? I'm sure all of you, from his movies, Mission Impossible especially, and then कौन सी और फेमस मूवी है उसकी? Steven Spielberg. What was the name of that man who played Rambo? वो Cliffhanger movie में भी था. Oh my God, I'm forgetting names. Steven Spielberg. एक minute. Give me a minute.
Ma'am, E.T. I think he was in E.T. as well.
He was what?
There was a movie about aliens, E.T.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. वो जो मूवीज थी, वो H.G. Wells के नॉवल पे बेस करती है. Its name is The War of the Worlds, and I think Tom Cruise has performed in that movie. Let me look him up. Give me a minute. Steven Spielberg.
Park might be there.
E.T. Yes, the extraterrestrial. And Jurassic Park. Well, how can we forget? Yeah, I was thinking about what famous movie I saw in my childhood, even when I was a 7th or 8th grader. Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg is the director of that movie, Jurassic Park. हाँ, E.T. ही थी वो, बिल्कुल. अच्छा, ठीक है. Steven Spielberg की जो movies हैं, that are also you see special effects there. You see images full of special effects. His movies also I think present examples of signs of postmodernism. Indiana Jones was another famous series. It came in 1881, 84, and then 89. That also is claimed of having signs of postmodernism. So this is the and let me give you example from Pakistani movie, Pakistani cinema. they have also started using special effects in movies nowadays. um, I have watched this trailer, the trailer of this movie um, on YouTube actually. Mahira Khan, famous Pakistani actor, has performed in this, and Azan Sami Khan, I think it's his production. He is Adnan Sami Khan's son. The name of the movie is TU. Is anyone familiar with that? Has anyone seen that advertisement on YouTube or somewhere else? Is anyone familiar?
No, ma'am.
कोई बात नहीं. अच्छा, एक काम करें, you can watch the trailer of this movie on YouTube today, ठीक है? And you will see they are showing cars being blasted, and the characters are flying in the air like while fighting. All of these are special effects, and the trend has started in Pakistani cinema as well. And I have given you the example. Well, in normal class, in in-person class, I would have played the movie on the projector. However, I ask you, I'm going to write the movie. It's just it is 2 alphabets only. Let me write it in the chat box. देखिए, अच्छा, ये मूवी आई बिलीव अभी रिलीज नहीं हुई है. दिस मूवी इज नॉट रिलीज्ड. यू कैन ओनली फाइंड इट्स ट्रेलर ऑन यूट्यूब. ठीक है, डू सी इट and you will see visible signs of postmodernism there. Okay, let's move to our discussion on television. All right, television again, just like cinema, television is also how television shows signs of postmodernism. It shows signs by again giving importance and its reliance upon style and surface. You have you noticed that it also started in late 90s in Pakistan. In their productions, they started considering carefully the colors, the location especially, and the camera work. Locations, they would go for outdoor shooting. There was this trend, by the way, that started in Pakistani TV dramas especially. Locations and camera work, the character is presented like, instead of the simple presentation and presenting the content, presenting the message, there is way too much focus on camera work. And by the way, Star Plus dramas became very famous for that. And a lot emphasis is given to the colors, to glamour, to locations, to camera work, and again style and surface. By the way, this is not an off topic example. An example is coming in my mind. My family and I, we started watching a drama serial, Chupke Chupke, that was recently released on Hum TV. Does anyone know that drama serial? They
Yes,
brought.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ayan ने भी देखा है, हसनैन ने भी देखा है. Anyone else?
मैम एक देखी है एपिसोड सिर्फ,
हाँ, बड़ा बकवास
उसके बाद
drama था.
देखने को दिल नहीं किया.
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा किया. I watched it because my children started watching it, and of course, if they are watching something on TV and I am working around, I can. I mean, it kind of. Maham has also watched this drama, so well. My children watched it because, especially for the character of Bebe. There was this character Bebe, which was played by Asma Abbas, sister of Bushra Ansari, and my husband also, and my children, they liked her performance. She played her role really, really well, by the way. So in Chupke Chupke, there is the lead female character was played by Aiza Khan, and I do not know the name of the lead male character. He has performed in many dramas, by the way.
Usman Khalid Bottom, man.
Okay, I didn't know his name. So Aiza Khan, और Aiza Khan की बहुत बुरी acting है वैसे उस drama में. This is my personal view. Sorry if I have offended anyone. So in that drama series, they were paying way too much emphasis on style, on locations, on camera work, and on surface. And if you look at the inherent message, it's nothing, literally nothing. And there is this lead character, female lead character is Aiza Khan. I have forgotten what was her name in the drama. Ek minute. Meenu. They would call her Meenu. So Meenu is least interested in her studies. She is good for nothing in house chores. Whatever chore she would do, she would spoil things. And she is finding ways for where she could avoid studies, her education. And ultimately she finds marriage as a resort to education, that okay, if she gets married, then she will not have to go to university, she will not have to study anymore. And ultimately, although towards the end of the drama they show her personality to be a bit changed, she becomes serious, but at the again she stays the same kind of girl who wants to run away from her studies, from education, and who is very non-serious. And even the hero, the male character, in the very last episode, which was released on Eid, they broadcast the drama in the whole month of Ramzan. And why my family and I started watching it, because after iftari, saying prayer, and after we get free of everything, and when we sit on the dining table to eat dinner, my children would play that drama. Well, mama, let's watch it just for the fun time and all that. And even in the last episode, the hero says, well, I want to marry the same silly, good for nothing girl. So these were his dialogues. And in Urdu, he said, कि मैं उसी नकम्मी सी लड़की से शादी करना चाहता हूँ. Like, what is the message here? That if you are okay, if you are running away from your studies, if you are really good for nothing in chores, and you only pay attention to your style and your beauty, and that's it. And I think there are visible signs of postmodernism in that drama. The book gives you examples of from of course Western content that was broadcast on American channels, TV channels, but I have given you example from Pakistani media. Now, same is the case with advertising. Although it is understood that advertisers will present a message which is directed towards selling of a product. However, there is a move from simple and direct message related to the selling of a product, or familiarizing consumer with the basis, with the value of the product. Now there is emphasis on visual style and tricks and effects and all that. There are many advertisements in Pakistani media, you can find examples. Last is pop music. I want to finish this really quick. You can, like I said, and I would like to repeat that in notes, you are supposed to cover up material related to cinema, television, advertising, and pop music. However, the rest is optional. In pop music, what are the signs of postmodernism? We see a trend towards open and extensive mixing of styles and genre of music. So this is the sign of postmodernism. How many of you remember seeing any remix of any song? Nimra has raised her hand.
Ma'am, there are so many versions of.
There are so many. Very good.
Remix versions of old and classical songs.
Yes, even Coke
Listed.
Studio. Even Coke Studio has done this. There was this famous song in which Wahid Murad performed Coco Corina, and they also released a remix of that song too. So so they are concerned in this remix. They are concerned with collage, and they are concerned with the mixing of style So I mean, this sort of remixing is actually a visible sign of postmodernism in pop music. I am going to stop the sharing of my screen of slide because I am going to show you something else now. Wait a minute. I'll start sharing my screen again. Can you all see my screen now? Can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, and when can you all see when I scroll it down?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Now, this is a very good article. I will also upload a copy of this article on Moodle. Okay. Now, how do we discuss postmodernism in the context of Pakistan? I think this article actually talks about books that have been written on the issue of postmodernism in Pakistan, and it actually explains the situation of postmodernism in Pakistan really well. I found this article in Dawn and which was published in 2011. Um, this is picture. I did not read it in 2011. In 2011, of course, I wasn't studying mass comm. I was no sorry. I was doing my MPhil, but I didn't study postmodernism in my I did study postmodernism in MPhil and glimpse of it when I was undergrad student, but I didn't read this article at that time. I read this afterwards in an old newspaper copy, and I took a picture of the article. And what you see here is actually a picture of the article. The book, it was published in 2011. They published a small magazine, Books and Authors. They publish it every Sunday. So this was published there. Take a minute. Acha. This writer writes. This writer has presented a very good analysis of postmodernism. I'll only read the box. What information is in the box. He says Pakistani society has not even gone through the complete transition from a feudal to a modern society. See, for us, postmodernism is little different. So we haven't even been modernized totally. Pakistan is entrenched in this system of feudalism, unfortunately. So we haven't been completely modernized. How could we think about our move toward postmodernism? And then he says, in such circumstances, postmodern ideas are difficult to comprehend, to understand for many, and thus difficult to be accepted widely. But this is how all theories and ideologies start. Yes, postmodernism, it is quite likely some parts of it are not applicable. It is quite likely some part of it are not acceptable by few. It is quite likely that part of it is not understandable. However, he says this is how all theories and ideologies start, from a handful of creative thinkers. So he has talked about those creative thinkers who are discussing idea of postmodernism in their books, although Urdu books, some are discussing in English books. So this is a very good actually analysis of postmodernism in Pakistan. Here is another example. Again, I found it in Dawn, Postmodernism and the Quran. This writer has actually, if I'm not mistaken, Asghar Ali Engineer is an Indian writer. Like he's an Indian citizen. However, Dawn has published it. So they are discussing how the idea of postmodernism actually relates with Quran. And I found it interesting. These are interesting articles, interesting writings. These are optional for you to read. I highly recommend you read them for a better understanding. Now with this, I have ended this lecture. I have finished my lectures related to postmodernism and culture. From our next class, inshallah, we will be discussing feminism and culture for just 1 week, and then the rest of the time we will spend on culture, resistance and struggle, and then we'll be done with our syllabus. Ji Usama, beta, you raise your hand.
Ma'am, are you going to upload these articles on
जी
Moodle?
जी बेटे मैं करूँगी बिल्कुल.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, I have another question.
जी जी.
Ma'am, what do you think? Like, what is your opinion on postmodernism? Like, do you think it's a good thing? Because what we saw about the signs of postmodernism in media, most of them are like negative, like sensationalism and being spectacular and all that.
Hmm.
Is it a
Uh,
good thing or a bad thing?
yeah. Usama, you are asking about my personal opinion. It may be different from all of your opinions. I think I have mixed views about postmodernism. Yes, when we talk about the overcoming of substance over overcoming of surface over substance, then we see many drawbacks. However, I don't think if postmodernism necessarily is a really bad thing. Especially, there are many remix songs that I like. There are many I think that is also, if we talk about special effects in movies, I think that is also that opens up an avenue of human imagination and innovation. In that respect, I like it. However, when we talk about the idea of style overcoming substance, I also have I think yeah, this is, I mean, there is nothing, no harm in style, but this should not be at the expense of substance. That is my opinion. You ask exclusively my opinion. And to, again, I also believe that many content of postmodernism is very difficult to understand. It's my problem many times. It's difficulty. Many times I have to read it many times, several times, to make sense of it. Thank you for asking this question, Osama.
Right, ma'am. Thank you.
If anyone has any other question, do not hesitate to write an email to me, or I am very glad to see you all, to see half of you on Monday, and then rest of you will be online. Thank you so much, and goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, man.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.